Green Sports Zone. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show, presented by Starnes Barber, where we cover everything on the diamond here in Baileyton with the North Green baseball team. As always, I'm joined here with head baseball coach Jamey Palmer. Coach,
hey,
how's it going today?
Good, sir, good.
Hey, it's warm out here again today. The sun's shining. We're 6-0 against the rain this year.
I love it.
Last week we might have been dodging raindrops a little bit. Not a single drop in the forecast this week. It's a beautiful day. The sun just came out. And it's a beautiful day to talk about baseball because the Huskies are back in Sub-State.
Still alive, Tyler. Still got a heartbeat.
Let's talk about the region tournament and how you advanced to that Sub-State round with Coalfield this week. You go up there to Milligan to play in the Region 1 1A tournament in a group with University High, Washburn, and Cosby. You play Washburn twice. You play University High. You won 2 before you lost 2. You beat Washburn in both of those games. Take us through Friday and Saturday's action up there in Johnson City.
Started out with Washburn Friday. We came out on top. I think it was 5-2. We played good defensively. We actually hit it the first couple innings and played some sound, solid defense the rest of the way. I felt like if we, jumping on them early, it kind of put the pressure on them. They threw 3 or 4 different pitchers at us.
Yeah, they did.
Kept us off balance a little bit, but we still found a way to play good, solid defense and get a win.
You had a lot of energy coming out in that game also. You win 5-2 and you score all 5 of those runs in the first 2 innings. You scored 3 in the first, you scored 2 in the second, and you're able to sit on that lead throughout. And I know only scoring 5 in the first 2 and going scoreless the rest of the 5, you're not very comfortable in that situation. But how happy were you with the energy that you were able to come out with at the beginning of the region tournament and start out so hot?
Well, very happy with our guys. Coming out early there and scoring those runs, it kind of put the pressure on them. And our defense with, Isaac and Jake Duffy and, Aiden Halley on the mound for us, and Christian behind the plate, and, of course, all the other guys as well. But, we had some key defensive plays that really helped us in the game, some Christian throwing some guys out for us. Duffy made a good throw from center field or right center to get one of their best players. So just some key defensive outs that really helped us in that win.
And then you move into that game with University High, of course, playing them for the 6th time this year. You've probably had enough with University High now. You played so many games against them, but it was the most competitive game you'd played against them. You played all 7 innings, ended up coming out with an 8-1 loss, but you were able to play all 7 innings. You were able to play competitive with the number 3 ranked team in the state. How happy were you being able to play productive and play all 7 innings with them this time?
Well, those guys are good top to bottom. They're deep pitching. I think we've probably said that several times in our interviews, but just for us our guys to come out and compete against them, I felt like our energy was better, knowing that if we win that game, then we're hosting a regional. But if we lose, we've still got another game to play to give ourselves a chance to move on to Sub-State. So, I thought our mindset was good going in, and of course Brady started out and he was doing good, and we held him to a couple runs here or there, and I think we made a double play in that game, I believe. So I feel like if you can just play defense and we got there to about the 3rd or 4th inning and I had to make a decision. Sometimes as a coach you have to make tough decisions, and our road wasn't over, so I decided to pull Brady and bring in Jackson. And Jackson done a real job. So just to keep him, he gave up a few runs here or there. So just an 8-1 loss, I felt like it was kind of productive for us going into the elimination game.
And then you go into the elimination game with Washburn, and at that point, that's pretty much what your season leads up to. You're playing that region game that would grant you a Sub-State game, and you got to lay it all on the line, and that's what the boys did. You come out with a 6-3 win. Never comfortable in that one either. You score first. They end up chipping away slowly, but surely it seemed like every time you scored, and you scored twice, and they were both 3-run innings.
Yes.
They end up, I think, tying the game at 3-3 in the 6th inning. You go up in the top of the 7th. You score 3 immediately to take that 6-3 win that carried you to the win. How happy were you with how they responded every time Washburn had a heater?
Well, I mean, our energy level was great. Even though they would score, I felt like with our lineup, how deep we were, 1 through 9, I felt like we could score at any time. But, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Tyler, I started him on the mound. I got there about the 3rd or 4th inning, and they hit a couple balls off of him, and we didn't have him there for a couple of weeks. He'd had some arm soreness and stuff, so I was just watching him, and I felt like he was maybe getting a little tired, so I decided to take him out, put him on third base, and Tyler does a good job over there at third. Brought Brady in, and Brady started out a little slow, but I went out and talked to him and told him just let the defense play behind him, and he got us a line drive, and Isaac made a great play on it, threw it to Owen at first for a double play and to get us out of that inning. So I felt like defensively we were all balled in, and then when we needed to hit there in the top of the 7th, we had to pretty much the top of the lineup up, and I knew if we could get 1 or 2 on, it was ours to lose. So I'm just super proud of those guys for the way they played.
I have to ask this question also. You talked about it a little bit outside of this interview with the boys in a huddle. Washburn was a team that you had seen last year in the region tournament. They had ended your season. It wasn't necessarily a revenge series this year, I don't think, because that's not, I think, the type of message that you carry out with the team, but you did avenge that loss last year that ended your season. You reversed it this year and you ended their season. So how happy were you to kind of reverse the actions from last year and end their season opposed to how they ended yours last year?
Well, I mean, revenge is probably not the right word, but I've just an opportunity to play those guys again, and knowing they probably knowed about us just as much as we knew about them coming in. Of course, they'd lost their catcher. He graduated. I felt like if we could just go out and play good, clean defense against those guys, I top to bottom, no disrespect to them, but I felt like we were a little bit better, and they're a good team, good, coached well. It's got some good kids on there, so I feel like it's just whoever done the little things right and had a chance to win and come out on top, and that, fortunately that was us.
And that grants you now the opportunity to play for a spot in the state tournament with this week's state sectionals. You got Coalfield again, the same team that you played 2 years ago, the last time you advanced to this round, going down there to play them again on Friday, the same place that you played them 2 years ago. So before we get into that too much, as always, we need to thank our sponsors, get a word in from them first. So we'll be right back to talk about that state sectional series here on Green Sports Zone.
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
My name is Robert Starnes. I'm a lifelong resident of Northern Greene County, where I currently reside here with my wife and 3 children. I was a barber in Greenville for the last 6 years, but I have recently changed locations to my new shop in Baileyton. It's at 285 Mortis Hollow Lane, Afton. I'm also a proud supporter of North Greene Athletics. Come see me for all of your men and boys grooming needs. Go Huskies!
Welcome back to Green Sports Zone. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show, presented by Starnes Barber, where we cover everything on the diamond with the North Green Huskies baseball team. As always, joined here with head coach Jamey Palmer and a few special guests. Fellas, how we doing?
Doing well.
Good to have you back, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach Jason Lowe back.
First time as a guest.
Assistant Coach Dylan Gunner back. Got Jamey Palmer, of course, with us again. Fellas, glad to have you on here.
A little warm.
It is a little warm today. A little humid.
Yeah.
It's been humid the last few days.
Me and him have to be out here parking cars for graduation tonight, so
Oh, that's what that was.
might as well
Okay.
get used to it. Yeah, we
Okay.
had to tape the field off. Well, I did. He sit there and watch me. So
It's on film, brother. Don't even start.
How many times a year do you have to put those stakes down and allow them to park on the field? I guess it's not your field anymore, technically.
somebody else does it for the football game. So
Okay.
one.
One
Yeah.
time a year. Graduation. Coach, how's life been?
Been treating me well. Yeah, transitioned to coaching 5- and 6-year-old coach pitch.
Yeah, it's always fun.
He wants to come out, watch the precise renovation 5- and 6-year-old team. Play our second game tomorrow, but probably would rather go to Coalfield and watch that one, understandably. But we've got a whole season ahead of us, and it's been fun. I'm really enjoying it, and not nearly as stressful. So, coaching my son and his friends, it's been a lot of fun.
Time and location?
Went tomorrow.
Yeah.
6 o'clock, Lions Field.
There you go, if you want to come out. Support.
There you go.
Coach, glad to have you out here.
Good to be here.
Ask you a few questions, too. I believe is this your first year as an assistant on the team?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
First
so
year here.
I asked him this question earlier in the year. I've asked him a lot throughout the year. How have you been able to transition onto a coaching staff for the first year and kind of getting acclimated to everything?
It's been different. So I coached middle school baseball. I coached Chucky Doak Middle last year.
Okay.
But it's been an interesting transition. These guys are a little bit more independent in terms of they take it upon themselves. Having a leader like Duffy and Owen really takes a lot of the weight off our shoulders. They're great young men. It's a homecoming for me. I went here 10 years ago, played here. So it's been great. It's been kind of a seamless transition. Jamey's made it really easy. It's been a smooth transition, even though it was late in the year that we got it.
But I mean, it's like you said, it's been a smooth transition, and you're picking up right where you all left off. I mean, last year it ended in the region tournament. Year before that, it was in sub-state, and you're picking up right where he left off as a head coach. Also, how happy are you with the production that you've been able to have with him in the first year?
Beyond thrilled. We have, I think we exceeded a lot of people's expectations.
Duffy even said that too.
Yeah, of where we were supposed to be. And I couldn't be more proud of the work that our guys have put in and continue to put in. And it's just been a great year.
Handing it over to you now. You've got Coalfield this week. That's what the season's led up to now. We've got the state sectional series ahead of us on Friday at 3 o'clock and 5:30. The if necessary would then switch over to on Saturday. So you got Coalfield again this year. Tell us what you can expect about the Yellow Jackets when you go down there.
We've seen them quite a bit, Tyler. Probably 3 out of the last 5 years. We've been there. This will be the 3rd time. So we know what they got. They're a good team, top to bottom. First 5 or 6 probably swing it real well. They've got a Mr. Baseball nominee. From what I gather, he's probably my pick. If I had a nomination or a vote, I'd probably pick him because we've seen him since an 8th grader. He leads the state in hits and probably doubles. So it's gonna be tough. But I think our kids are ready. It's gonna be one of those David versus Goliath scenario, I believe. So I think the opportunity's there. If we'll just come out and play, do the things we're supposed to do. It's 2 out of 3. So who knows? It may happen, Tyler. It may happen.
And then luckily for you, you've been a part of the staff before when you travel down there to Coalfield in this exact round. So You've got experience being there before. 2021, when you went to the state tournament, you had to go down there and beat Coalfield to advance to the state tournament. 2023, the last time you'd been there, you would advance down there to play Coalfield. So you're going back again, as you said, for your third time. What did you take from those experiences that you'll take in to this year's edition of the state sectional round?
Just North Green baseball as a whole. Just the guys that we've had past 3 to 5 times we've been down there. I feel like this team is just as good, or if not better. We've got to go do our job. We have some familiarity about the field and stuff, so just an opportunity to go down there and play again. It's special. It's special. Granted, we'd like to play here at the Tundra, but our season's not over. If we go down there and compete, and our guys will come ready to play and have a good mindset, I think good things can happen.
Going into the state sectionals for you, I don't know if you'd ever been as a high school player, as a coach, but going into this year's state sectionals, what kind of emotions are you feeling going into it?
Excitement.
Okay.
I did. So I was on the 2014 team that went third in state. So I've been on teams that have been in those moments, and it's just nothing but excitement. It's a moment. It's an opportunity for our boys to make a name for themselves in North Green and Greene County history, to make another state berth.
I hope you stake those in good. The wind's really picking up out here.
That's on him.
Okay.
But if they hold up, I do.
All right, I see.
So
I see how it is. I want to ask you a question also. So you take the transition and you step out of coaching. You hand the reins over to Coach Palmer. He's now got them in the state sectionals round in his first year as a head coach. How happy are you with what he's done with the program so far in his first year as a head coach?
I couldn't be more proud of these guys and those players. And to be completely honest with you, I'm not shocked in the least. I probably wouldn't have stepped down had I had Jamey or Dylan not taken it. I want to make sure that those boys were left in capable hands, and obviously they're in more than capable hands. They're doing a great job. So I don't regret my decision. I'm enjoying the place I am in life right now, and if I can't come to the games, I follow every game, every pitch on Game Changer, and I'm just super proud of the whole program, and they're doing a great job, just like I knew they would. Yep, he tied that one. He did tie that one.
I did. That's on me.
I'll fix it, don't worry.
I think Dalton asked you this question also when he was streaming the West Green versus North Green game in Mossheim. Do you miss head coaching, though, just a little bit?
I miss being around it, the camaraderie, with Jamey. Luckily, I didn't have to coach with Dylan. Being around the guys, being in these big moments. Yeah, I mean, you can't help but miss things like that. But I'm happy with where I am in life right now, and I'm glad that they're getting to enjoy this moment.
We've talked about Jake Duffy a lot. We've actually had Jake Duffy on here and talked about him as the only senior, but you coached him before he was a senior. You're getting the opportunity to coach him now. Being the only senior going into the state sectionals round, talk about Jake and all that he's contributed to North Green in the time that you were able to coach him here.
He's definitely, I think Jamey would probably agree, one of the most improved players that I've seen from his freshman year. Remembering where he was, wasn't a bad player by any means. Very, very raw.
Okay.
And now he's developed into a leader who knows the game, both offensively and defensively. He practices his craft, and I'm just really proud of the strides he's made, and that he's able to have this moment one final time before he graduates, and hopefully cap it off with a trip to Murfreesboro.
For me, this being my only year here with Duffy, it's been great to see him, like how he just takes control. So in the weight room preseason, he was always taking charge, making sure, holding guys accountable. And he's always one to stay after and hone and take cuts and just wanting more, living for it. And it's just been great to see.
Last question I've got too. I asked you this question in the 90 feet segment. I like to ask everybody. I don't know if you've seen this.
I have. I know where you're going with this.
Okay. It's not been the burning question as of late because things have died down the last few weeks, but in a fight, you've got 100 humans and 1 gorilla. Who's winning?
Give me the gorilla.
Okay.
It's the gorilla.
Okay. So you had the humans.
Yeah.
100's a lot of humans.
All 100 can't jump on him at one time.
Exactly.
I think you can.
He's just
though.
going to methodically pick them apart.
If it's 1 by 1, the gorilla's winning.
Oh,
Like,
I
if we're
think
sending
it's
it in
even
there-
it's five
by
it's even
one.
fives. Yeah,
If it's like
five
a
time.
WWE gauntlet match where you just send 1 at a time,
Can you imagine if that thing starts biting? It's over.
I don't think anybody's brought up that.
Oh yeah, I mean, can you imagine if that gorilla gets pumped up? Like, I'm gonna use this as an example. Imagine that gorilla is fired up as Jason Lowe playing the Hampton Bulldogs.
Okay.
There's no way.
As fired up as the West Green Buffaloes were last Sunday playing
Johnson County. I was in
Longhorns, yeah.
attendance.
I
Yeah.
heard it. You were decked out in green, I heard.
I wanted to stand out for some reason. I'll let you
That's
figure
okay.
that out. I wanted, maybe wanted somebody to see me. I don't
You have
know.
softball or a little kids game tomorrow, you said?
Yeah, I do.
Are
Yeah.
you going to move it to go watch the Huskies play?
No,
Okay.
no.
I respect you for
I'm
that.
not going to move it. We're going to play.
All right.
Precise Renovations will be on the field at 5:30, ready to go.
All right, Coach. Thank you for joining us again. Coach, been a pleasure to have you on. Coach, hopefully this ain't the last one. Hopefully
hope
we sit
not.
down next
I
week
hope
and we're
not.
talking about a trip to Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Would love to go down there and watch the Huskies play again, but that's all we've got this week. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show, presented by Starnes Barbershop. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Green Sports Zone.
Thank you.